cuties, I'm Lanikia, and you're watching What Happened on the Soaps. This is General Hospital Edition. All right, guys, today is Tuesday, October the 11th, 2022. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give this one a 7.5. It was solid. Let's get right into it. We see Ava and Victor. And Victor just says that he is happy that they were able to, that he was able to get Ava to her destination safely. And Ava's like, you don't have to take me anywhere. And he was like, no, 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 I want you to be safe. And she was like, mm-hmm. She's probably safer not being around Victor. So she goes inside Kelly's, and Victor says, oh, she's a problem they have to deal with, but right now they have something even more pressing than Ava. So Ava goes in, and Trina is waiting there for her. And so she sits down and she talks to Trina, and Trina says, have you heard about Oz? And she said, yes, I did. And she said, how are you? How are you feeling? And Ava's like, she's okay. She's not shaking. It's unnerving, but she's solid. And so Trina says the same thing. And she says, you know, and Ava says, I feel like there's something on your mind. And Trina's just like, well, I have to tell you that Rory asked me to go to this comic conventions. And she was like, you don't like comics? And she was like, no, they're okay. I like them. She said, but it's overnight. And Ava was like, I get it. That's a big step. And Trina says, it's not only that, it's just the last time she went away for the weekend, her life got turned upside down with Esme framing her for releasing the sex tape on Cam and Jocelyn. And she said, no, you can't think about it that way. And so Ava just, because I'm not gonna hold you long, it was a cute scene because I love Trina and Ava together, but it was just filler. They were just filling the episode. She just tells her, I'm not gonna hold you, I'm gonna give you the truth, and that's that you do whatever you feel is comfortable with you and Rory. If you're not there yet to go away with him for a weekend, then don't. And Trina says, actually, she really likes Rory. Everything is working great. And the reason this whole thing came up because Rory called Trina and she was like, I said, no, Trina, what? But she just feels she doesn't know what to do. And so Ava just again tells her, do it is best for you. Rory's a good guy. And she says she thinks she's gonna go ahead and go because at least she'll be with the police. I said, what are y'all trying to say about Rory? She'll be safe because she was with the police. And y'all know how the soaps do when they have you say something. I feel like there's some kind of past with Rory, and something's going to come up, or she feels like she's going to be safe and something's going to happen. I don't know, but we'll see, y'all. So then we see Anna and Robert talk, and she tells him his people thank you for giving them, but they were no help. As soon as they heard Victor, they said and he said, man, I'm disappointed to hear that. He thought that they would be more solid. And she says she can't blame them, but if they don't want to do it, they have to find a way to take down Victor. And he's like, Anna, what is going on? Because she tells him, he killed our friend, he killed Luke. And he says, I feel like there's more to this story and you're just not telling me. So what is it? What's really going on with this story today? And so she doesn't want to, but she has to give him more information in order for him to, want to help her more. And so she tells him, whatever it is, I can't tell you. But what I will tell you is that I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't important, but someone, lives are at stake, and I wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't important. And he says, okay. So she says, I need your help now, and I need you to make a call because they're trying to get Johan deported or arrested. So because he's Victor's right-hand man. And so she was like, I need you to make that call. So he's about to make the call, and Ashby comes in. Is her name Ashby? I'm sorry, but she comes in and she says, excuse me, she's the assistant mayor, or she helps Anna, not Anna, I'm sorry. She helps Laura out. And so she comes in, but what they don't know is that she's working for Victor. And so Anna leaves and she said, don't forget to make that call. So then she tells Robert, what are you calling for? And he pretty much tells her it is none of your business, ma'am, what I do. And he said if Laura wants to speak to me, then she knows how to get in contact with me. You don't have to be one of the people to get in contact with me. And she says, well, she's out of town and I'm overseeing everything just to make sure things go are running smoothly. And he says that's not, you're overstepping your boundaries, because she tells him, if you're planning on anything, because she told me about you guys had planned to find out who had hurt Luke. Laura had told her that, and she said, so if anything is going down or you're investigating, you're doing that on company, you with company resources. He says, what I do on my free time is what I do on my free time. And it is Ashby. But Ashby is just trying to get him to stop whatever he's doing, because she needs and I said, who's going to figure out that she's connected to Victor, because she needs him to stop what he's doing so that she can report to Victor that everything is going smoothly. But so she shuts Robert down completely. She just lets him know whatever you have going on, you need to stop. So then we see Nina was with Sonny, but he started talking to Michael. So she got a phone call and it was Valentine. So she goes to Valentine and he tells her, I need to get into Victor's room. And she was like, I thought you two were thick as thieves. Just ask him. And he's like, no, Nina be like, sometimes Nina head is in the air. And I'm like, girl, like she's doing this wrong thing with Willow and TJ. And then you could clearly tell Valentine was upset, but Nina's so busy trying to get back to Michael and Sonny. And you my girl, Nina, but you're so busy trying to get back to Michael and Sonny, you can't even hear Valentine out. And he says, Nina, I need to get in that room without Victor knowing. It's a matter of for everyone's safety, for Charlotte's safety. And so then of course she says, I'm in. So then child Lucy went crying and bumbling and stumbling to Victor's room, and he's like, what's going on? And she's like, oh my gosh, she's all in tears, and she's theatrics child. And she's like, oh my gosh, I'm such a mess. And he's like, okay, I can help you out. Whatever it is, I can help you out. She said, it's me. What's wrong? Who did something? And she said, it's me. I was trying to go to Sasha's funeral for Brando, but I didn't go because, last time I saw her, we had a fuss and I just felt so guilty, and now it's too late. And I had these flowers. And he says, Johan can get delivered the flowers. And she said, is he drunk? Has he been drinking? And Johan was like, now wait a minute. I fall off, which really he was pushed, but I have one drink and fall over the deck, and all of a sudden I'm an alcoholic. And Victor's like, no, he hasn't been drinking. He can deliver them for you. So Johan leaves, right? And so Lucy is just trying to get Victor to tell her his plans, tell her his plans on everything that he has going on. And then they get a call from Nina, and Nina says, hey, we're having water issues and we need to do the room, check on the room, and switch your room because we have to shut the water off. And he's like, okay. But he tells Lucy that seems weird. And she said, no. When I was coming up, it makes sense because when I was coming up, I saw plumbers and everything downstairs. And he was like, okay, well, fine. And so then Lucy continues to talk to him, and she says, I just need, seeing Sasha and everything she's going through makes me think about my own protection. And, because she said, just because, I'm a villainess doesn't mean I don't have hurt feelings. And just seeing with everything with Sasha made me just think, what if something happens to me? Who's going to be there to protect me? Like, I need someone financially, as well as romantically, that will be there. And he says, I want to be that for you. And she says, so tell me more about your plans. And he says, oh, at first he tried to be like, yo, you don't want to hear these plans and everything. And I said, why Victor was sweating today. And I was like, why is he sweating this much? Because I've never seen him do that. So I don't know if that was just because of the lights were so heavy or they're going to add something into the storyline. But anyways, he just tells her, I don't know. I just have these plans going on, and so she's trying to get all this information out of him, trying to get him to talk. So then Valentine and Anna meet up, and he tells her everything's in place, but they just need Lucy to do her part. And she's like, I don't feel safe about Lucy doing this, but she's our only hope. And so they're listening in, because the reason that Nina had told him they had to switch rooms is because Valentine wanted to plant a bug in Victor's room. So now he and Anna are listening in on this. And then Robert, he tries to call Anna, but she doesn't get the call because she's listening in, I guess. And I don't know, child. Her phone is down on the bench, so she just doesn't see it. And he tells her, you have to abort whatever you're doing. We can't arrest Johan, because um, Deputy Mayor Ashby is onto them. So he's like, we can't arrest Johan. So then, child, we see Nicholas and Esme. And so he was at the safe. Yes, she was at the safe yesterday, but he didn't know it was her. And so she starts to run, because he comes in and he's like, what are you doing? And she tries to run out, but he stops her. And he was like, who are you? And we find out it's Esme. We already know that. And so he finds out it's Esme. And he's like, Esme? And she was like, hello, lover. Missed me. And I'm like, girl. But anyways, they start going back and forth about how Ava pushed her. And she said, hey, and he says, Ava did not push you. And she said, I'm sure she spent a sweet tale for you. And then she tries to play the little vixen card with Nicholas, and just so innocent and sweet. And she needs his help and all that. He said, Esme, I know you did everything that you did, so I'm not going to even fall for this with you. And so he was like, Oz Haggerty, the police are looking for you, so I don't even know why you came back here. And she said, she's running low of money. She's like, I was saved by a Canadian, and he put her up at a hostel or a hospital. And so she was like, I need help. Like, he's like, so you ran out of money. She said, well, why not come back here? Y'all the one who tried to kill me. And so he pretty much told her, I'm not going to help you. As a matter of fact, I'm calling the police. You ruined my life. You ruined my son's life. He's in Pittenville because of you. Or state. I get the prisons mixed up. I watched all the soaps, and they're all similar. But he's in Statesville because of you. I'm not going to help you at all. And so I'm not gonna hold you long. Esme opens up her coat and she tells Nicholas, I didn't want to do this, but yeah, I'm gonna play this card right here. We're having another little Cassadine. And I said, Esme pregnant? No wonder Ryan was so darn happy. And I wonder if she's really pregnant. You need to pull that shirt up and actually look at her stomach and touch it and everything, Nicholas. Cause y'all know Nicholas will believe anything, child. So we're gonna see how this goes. So then we see Dante goes over and he speaks to Dex. And he says, Dex, we had a complaint from a concerned citizen that you were held hostage by my father. And, he just wants to know, is everything okay with him? And he says, yeah, he's fine. And Dante was like, I see the bruises and everything on you. So you want to tell me what happened? He says, nothing. He says, well, I heard your boss, my father, felt like you were the killer, and he tried to torture a confession out of you. And Dex is like, no, nothing like that happened. He's not giving it up. So Dante is just like, this is your time. I can protect you. So if something did happen, let me protect you. And Dex is just like, no, nothing happened. Sonny didn't do anything to me. Everything's fine. And so Dante is like, well, all right then. I mean, he can't force the man to say something, so he leaves. And so at this time, Sonny and Michael are talking. And as they're talking, Sonny he does his best to try to reach out to Michael. And he tells him that he loves him. He's his son. And Michael is just like, no, you're not the man I used to know. Look at all the stuff you done. I still will say this, and I will always say this. Y'all, you're acting like you didn't know who Sonny was. And Sonny said the same thing. You've known me for your lifetime. How are you going to act like you don't know who your father is? Like I'm such a stranger to you. And he says, you were always loyal and you put the family first. But now you don't do that anymore. And Sonny just says, listen, we just buried Brendo. I lost Morgan. He walked out. and I never got to tell him how much I loved him. He says, I lost my father. We've had all this death in the family. I don't want it to be another loss for us and not reach out. So he said, I don't care how you feel. I want you to know that I love you and just meet me halfway. And Michael did start, breaking down, and they both were crying and getting emotional. And he said, Dad, and Sandy, don't do it. Don't do it. Nina came in. I said, Nina, dang. Why you didn't mind your business? Nina came in, and baby, Michael dried those tears up. And he said, Sonny, I don't want nothing to do with you. And Sonny said, don't do that. You just called me dad. Don't do that. We were having a moment, and Mike was like, nah, you're not the man I know, and I don't want anything to do with you. And then Dante comes walking in, and he says, Michael, you filed a false police report. And Michael said, what? He said, yeah, you filed a fake police report. I went and spoke to Dex, and he said that you're lying, that you lied, that Sonny didn't do anything to you, to him. So I don't care what the two of you have going on. Don't bring the police and don't get the police involved, and don't lie and everything. Fix it. Fix whatever you two have going on, or leave each other alone. And so then Dante gets a call, and they tell him about another the hook killer has attacked again, and he tells them that, and he says, and I have to go because I got other things to do, and I don't have time to be refereeing between you two because y'all over on this vendetta and everything. And so then Michael leaves, and he goes over to Dex, and he says, you told Sonny, the police, that Sonny did nothing to you. And Dex was like, yeah. And Michael said, good, you got Sonny right where you want him. So I don't know if those were fake tears Michael had, or if there were real tears, but seeing Nina just brought it all back up. I don't know, but he's still going to continue his plan with Dex. And I said, I don't see this ending well. And then Nina says, can you believe Michael would stoop so low as to lie on you? And I said, Nina, are you insane? Sonny did that, girl. What's wrong with you? Like, you're acting like you don't know Sonny. But Sonny didn't correct her either. He didn't correct Dante. He said, I'm not finna correct these people. If they want to believe that I won't do that, then that's on them. And I said, see, this is why Nina, you're not going to be with Sonny, because Carly would have already knew Michael telling the truth. Sonny did this. And I think deep down, Dante knows it. Well, you saw the man. He was all bruised up. But Nina doesn't. So, y'all, that was General Hospital Day. Tell me what you think about Esme. What do you think about Sonny and Michael? Do you think Sonny was actually having those, Michael was having, warmth feelings and might have changed his mind about going through with his plan, but he saw Nina? Tell me what you think in the comments, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you tomorrow for another episode of What Happened on the Soaps, General Hospital edition. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.